Rich, Tennessee Homestead. How the heck are you? Hey, today's barn chat topic is going to be assorted topics. There's several things from your comments and things that I wanted to touch on, and so we're gonna have assorted things thrown in there. So stand by. Here we go. A lot of what I'm going to be talking about today is some of the things and comments and messages that I've received here of late, and some of them that we've been receiving for quite a period of time, and different issues like that, and just general stuff that has been going on in the world that is so exciting. Okay. Let's start off with. And I've talked with Danny down at Deep South Homestead in the past on this issue, and he gets the same thing. And I'm gonna come clean with you. A lot of YouTubers really won't, but I'm gonna come clean it with you. A lot of folks go, we listen to you guys talk, and we understand that there's things that that you're not talking about. And yeah, there is. Okay. And sad to say, yeah, we've got the facts and statistics that are out there to back up our feelings, okay? And talking with people in the know and things of this nature. So, with that being said, why don't we get out here and make a video about it, okay? Well, a lot of us, not me, because I got too small of a channel, some of these folks make their, pay their light bills and pay their mortgage payments and things of this, and feed their families on their YouTube channels. And to give you some idea of how politically correct Google has become, which now owns YouTube, of course, they've had a row with advertisers, and just about straight across the board, everybody's lost ad revenue. Makes it tougher, to make money with YouTube at all. Things of that nature. Plus, if you get too politically incorrect, if you step on the wrong toes and they get too much pressure applied, you ever went and clicked on a video link and a little red box with a frowning face shows up going, this channel's been removed? Okay, that happens too. All right, if you get a little too un-PC, you stand the risk of getting your channel shut down. So, and I guess the fact of the matter is there's a lot of information out on the internet that you can find answers to most things, and most YouTubers are not going to get out there and get absolutely nuts with what they're sharing with folks. Getting to private conversations with them, that may be something entirely different. To where they're liable to give you more insight to the issues that they talk about. But for the most part, don't expect these folks to get out here and just spill all the beans out on the table due to the restrictions and the political correctness in the environment that we operate in. All right? So that's it. All right? No sense in jumping up and down about it. There's nothing really we can do. I mean, we could start telling you this, but believe me, you'd see one video and then that frowning red face after that. It's happening a lot, folks, and here of late, because Google and YouTube are under so much pressure from advertisers and so forth, it's happening more and more. Kind of sad, but that's the reason. Okay. Plus, most of us in the homesteading side of it don't want to be looked at as conspiracy theorists or something of this nature. So That's the reason we're a little guarded with some of the information. Anywho, moving into that, let's move into our snowflakes. I love them kids. I really do. I really do. They're getting bolder and they're getting more violent. Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, there's one group out there that started those riots in Berkeley. They say that speech is violence. Yeah. You know that? Whatever happened to the old days, the sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt me. Yeah. Well, apparently now, words are violent. And they have taken that to mean that if you're saying things they don't like, they have every right to become violent. And they are becoming violent. They are starting to attack journalists they don't like, speakers they don't like, things of this nature. But they're so ignorant about it. And yes, children, I use the word ignorant because you are ignorant. When you start saying it's okay for institutions and government agencies to step in and shut down an individual's right to share their opinion and their right to free speech, children, you're next. Okay? And there's going to be a problem. There's not going to be anybody there to defend you because of your current actions at shutting down other people's free speech. Trust me. If in the feminist movement right now, the government up and decided, we don't like your speech, we think it's hate speech, and therefore it's no longer going to be tolerated, there wouldn't be a lot of people out there going, oh, that's wrong, shouldn't do that, Mr. Government. No, we're liable to sit there with our hands folded on, well, kids, you got what you asked for. Congratulations. All right. And as far as this violent stuff, I'm an old man, okay? But let me tell you something. You get in my face, and I've watched these fights. I really love them, okay? It shows the lack of experience, the lack of expertise, okay? And the lack of training. And even as an old man, I haven't seen one of these kids yet that you couldn't just literally kick this sucker half to death in about 2 seconds flat. That's right, children. There's people out there in the world who aren't going to play with you. And you're lucky you're playing in urban areas. Okay? You get out here in the real world, in flyover states, we're going to send you home broken and battered. Or in a baggie. People ain't going to play with you. Understand that. Just like you don't understand the people that put Donald Trump in as the President of the United States. I love saying that because I know it just sticks in the craw. But the man is the President of the United States. Most powerful man in the free world. What do you think of that, kids? Don't you love it? Doesn't it give you a warm, fuzzy feeling? Huh? Yeah, well, go ahead and go off to your safe room. I'm sure they got plenty of Kool-Aid and cookies for you. You kids are going to hit the real world, and reality is going to kick your tush from one end of this planet to the other. All right? Like I tell everybody that preaches your kind of nonsense, show me one place throughout history that socialism has ever worked. Never does. It may start out as socialism, but it collapses into a dictatorship or a communist country because somebody's going to step up and say, y'all are messed up, let us take control now. There's no utopia out there, okay? And as far as these people who run around going, I can't decide whether I'm a boy or I'm a girl or what I'm going to do this day or not, okay? That's fine. I don't care. Okay? If you get up on Monday and say you're a girl and you get up on Tuesday and say you're a boy, that's your business. I don't care. Just don't try to force it off on me. All right? We won't have a problem in the world until you try to force it off on me. And if you think I'm going to call some guy with a 5 o'clock shadow needing a shave, ma'am, you are so wrong. Okay? Not going to happen. I don't care how many laws get passed like they're doing up in Canada. Not going to happen. Okay? If you're needing to shave, you are by your natural gender a male. I'll address you probably as sir or mister. I will not give you the term ma'am or woman or lady or she. Okay, because while you may want to play these mental head games, I don't. Okay, and I got the right not to. I don't have to play games. And I think if people, want to really start pressing the issue, think about this for just 30 seconds. If they start making enforceable pronouns, and you have the majority of this country decide, you know what, I want to be referred to as His Majesty and Lord. Yeah, it could turn that way for you, children. Imagine you have to address some white, straight, regnant boy straight off the farm as His Majesty and Lord, because that's the pronoun he's picked that day. Think about it. Okay, enough of the kids. I put out a video that's coming out on how to eat organically without going bankrupt. And one of the suggestions one of the thoughts that I had after I did the video, and I was like not going to redo the video over one silly suggestion, and here it is. There are CSAs operating throughout the country. And for those who don't know, they're called community supported agriculture. That's where you invest monthly, quarterly, annually, whatever, in the farm, and you get X amount of food from the farm because of it. CSAs. Most of them offer a discount for labor. Now, don't negotiate this over emails or over the phone. Get your tush up, get in your car, drive out there, talk to the farmer, get to know the farmer, let him see that you're really serious. That if you go, listen, buddy, I really want to get my family out of those grocery stores and the poison that they're feeding us. Can I come out here and work, off some of this food bill? Bet you find you can. Yeah. Most of them take labor in exchange for cash. Not a bad deal, huh? They don't have to claim it on their taxes. You don't have to claim it on your taxes. It's a win-win. Plus, most farmers, they have produce, they have food, they have meat, they have all those things. One thing they don't have, an abundance of cash. All right? So, yeah, instead of hiring somebody and having to pay them a wage, they would much prefer that their members get out there and roll up their sleeves and work. But if you make that commitment to that farmer, okay, he's counting on it, or she's counting on it. You be there. When you're supposed to be there, you move heaven and earth. You keep your word. You do what you said you were going to do. I know there could be emergencies and situations like that. Give them a heads up and let them know what's going on. Don't make a habit of it. It's not like a job where you can call off all the time. You've given somebody your word. You best stand behind it if you expect them to stand behind their word. All right? Something to keep in mind. But there's places out there that trade you food for work. You bet. You may not like the work. You may be standing with a pair of muck boots cleaning out a stall. But it needs to be done. Somebody's going to have to do it. And if that's your only skill set, that's where you're going to start at. But it needs to be done. So help in any way you can. You know what? You'll learn some homesteading skills while you're there. Yeah, you'll actually learn how to do some of this stuff. So there you go. There's another way. And like I said, I've put a video out now covering a lot of these different things. Some of my ideas. And I really want you folks to, before that video hits, start thinking of ideas of how could a person who didn't have cash American dollars get out of the grocery stores. Start thinking ideas, folks. There's a lot of them, okay? This old slow mind to mind came up with a handful, so let's give that a whirl. We've covered the snowflakes, enough said about them. They're getting really violent. I have noticed that. They're punching people in the face, knocking them down. Usually there's 5 or 6 of them jump on one person. They're going to jump on the wrong person. They're all going to be laid up in the hospital bed going, what the heck hit me? Because that person's going to be trained in how to deal with 5 or 6 of them at a time. Yeah. And they're going to be going, wow. And I'll bet you won't see them at the next few protests, and you darn sure won't see them swinging on people anymore. And that's what these children need, a good old-fashioned butt whooping. But they are getting violent. Be careful if you see these protests. If you're working in an urban area and you see these protests break out, you know, get your spidey senses up because we're in danger. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of them to do you physical harm. Now, if you're ex special forces or you know ex Delta, Navy SEALs, go ahead, guys, have some fun. Because I think even the cops are getting wore out with it. Okay? And like I said, the invitation's always open. Come on down, children. We can teach you the whole new meaning of, wow, that hurts. Grow. Anyway, I hope y'all are going to have a wonderful week this week. I'm kind of looking forward to it. We've had enough rain down here to people are building arcs. I'm getting nervous. Really been wet. And so I'm hoping for a little sunshine and warm weather. Although today it was nice and sunny and very humid and very hot. So here we go. Summer's in. But yeah, start looking at ideas to get yourself out of the grocery stores. That's a big one. Okay. If you're in an urban area, start watching out for these kids. From what I've seen, their little protests are getting more and more violent, and it's going to happen that way till some fool in a crowd opens fire on them, and they're going to decide they don't want to do that anymore. Things of this nature, and it's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Somebody's going to go off, and they're triggering it. And freedom of speech is freedom of speech of everybody. A lot of guys have defended people's rights to say extremely stupid things. But if you take away their right to say extremely stupid things and extremely hateful things, somebody sooner or later is going to come along and take away your right. So just try to keep that sort of stuff in mind. We have such limited rights left out of that Constitution right now, it's sad when you really look at what we've given away. And you got people out there wanting to give it all away. Okay? Because they think there's a socialist utopia somewhere. Yeah. Just haven't been able to find it throughout the spans of time or territory. Never worked. Closing thought, people in Venezuela, recent socialist experiment, yeah, they're killing rats and eating pigeons, okay? So, keep in mind, children, it doesn't work. You're in a pretty good system that has provided you a lot of luxury and a lot of spoiling. Okay? You don't want to really mess with the system too much. But the politicians will get all behind you, because let me tell you something, turmoil in the streets, they love it. It works for their advantage. Maybe, just maybe, if you want a cause, let me clue you in on one. Monsanto's poisoning your stupid butts. Okay? You want to get out and protest? There you go. There's something to protest. We're being poisoned. Let's stop it. There's a worthwhile cause. Okay? And by the way, feminists with your equality. Okay? It sounds good. But if I was an 18-year-old guy that had to go down to selective service and sign up, now that they've allowed women in combat roles in the military service, yeah, I'd be launching a federal suit against the U.S. government for discrimination. Because all these little perks that you feminists have pushed through for women now makes you our pretty much equals. Okay? Right up to, yeah, you need to sign up for selective service. And yeah, if a war breaks out, you need to be there, ready to fight and die for your country. Okay? And selective service, if you look at the record, I'm not sure what it is. It used to be, and I think it still is, where you could be up to 36 years old and be called into active duty. 36. You're sitting at home, family, career. house, blah, 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 blah. When your number comes up, you show it. There is differences in race and in genders. Okay. Keep that in mind, and some of them you might not want to mess with, but you're pushing the envelope, and you're going to get what you're asking for. The government's going to be happy to hand it to you. Matter of fact, every time they get talking about the military, look at the little smirks on the politician's face. They're looking at, there's a few more bodies we can get shot at next war. You might think, oh, well, it's a voluntary military. Yes, it is today. Yeah. Do you know how many men served in Vietnam? Over 2 million. 2 million. Ask yourself, how big is our military today? A couple 100,000? What happens when they need 2 million combat troops? Welcome to your new reality, ladies. Welcome to your daughter's new reality. And let me tell you something. Nobody goes to war and comes home from combat but they don't spend the rest of their lives trying to get over it. It's a hill you don't want to ever see. But you're pushing for it, and your government's going to give it to you. It's just around the corner. You're right there. But after all, you want equality. You're about to get it. This is Rick from Tennessee Homestead. Love you guys. Appreciate you. And I'm glad that you're on planet Earth, because I look at my viewers and smile and go, you know what? There's still sane people in this world. So congratulations, folks. You're a breath of fresh air into a society that really needs a breath of fresh air.